We're live on Chris's Real Talk again with a siren coming. One sec. I love a blue light. So I've had an interesting day today, and to be very specific, a very interesting evening. You see, in London on our buses, we've got this magical button, which is red, and we call it the code red. Now, I will use the code red only as and when it needs to be used, and it's usually once every couple of months something will happen where I'll feel the need to call the police, whether it's something I've seen on the street or something's happened on the bus. It's very rare that any bus driver should have to use the code red facility. However, today I used it not once, not twice, but thrice. 3 code reds in a day. Let me clean this lens. 3 code reds in a day. I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it. The first one was I had to call a code red for a suspected building fire, which may have, caused a problem to buses using the stretch of road that I use. There's smoke billowing out of this building. What it was, I don't know. But I've done the right thing. I've done a code red. Possibly get the police and the fire brigade down there. That was sorted. No paperwork needed doing. Didn't lose any mileage, not a problem. I carried on my merry way, had my break, and my second half, my evening, I've done 2 more code reds today, and it's the second one. I'm in Peckham. For those of you that don't know the area, Peckham is an area in South London. You've probably heard of it from Only Fools and Horses. Peckham, and it's one of those areas where, just for the love of God, just be careful. So I'm at this bus stop, and there's about 5 or 6 school kids. They're about 13 to 15 years old, and they're running around, having a laugh, having a giggle, and one of them decides to run, and the other one starts to chase him. And my doors are open. I'm at a bus stop in a bus lane, a single lane bus lane, and I look out the door, and this little kid, he's carrying a knife. He's got a good 6 or 7 inch blade in his hand, and he's running around with a smile on his face like he's just found a football. I nearly fell over. It's for God's sake, this kid's carrying a knife. So I've called code red. I've pushed the red button. I've shut the doors. He's not on my bus. I've pulled away, and Centrecom's got back to me when I'm at the next stop, and I've told them, look, kid with a knife, Peckham, Aylsham Centre, by the bus stop, by the bus lane, police needed urgently. Thank you very much, driver. We'll get police down there ASAP. So within literally 30 seconds, 2 police cars have gone whizzing past me. Alright, so that was being dealt with, alright? And it all comes back around. You love this, right? So the third code red I've done today was because this dozy woman decided to argue with me because I asked to see her bus pass. And she comes up to the cab right when she's about to get off. I had one stop left before I finished my shift, And she comes up to the cab and she goes, I don't need to show you my fucking pass. I've got a travel card. I said, that's nice, but you still need to show the driver when you get on. I can't see all the way down the back there, And then the language. Oh, she called me, and I'm not sure which order this was in. She called me a specky, because I wear glasses, ginger, 4-eyed, bearded cunt. That's what she called me, over and over and over again. And not only did she call me all these amazing words with her amazing use of the English language, not only did she use all those amazing terms to describe me, she also said that I was about 50, which is not even anywhere close to my age. I don't even look close to that. I would hope anyway. But not only that, right, she then decides to have one foot on the bus and start smoking. And I can't close the door and move because she's standing there. And I've got one bloke on the bus, just one. I've got one guy on the bus that wants to go home so desperately, and I can't close the door. So she's giving it all the mouth, and I've never heard so much colourful language coming from a lady in my life. Right? Hello, Sarah. Hi. Who else is that? Let's have a look. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name. I do apologize. I haven't got my glasses on. And so this guy, he decides to start filming her on his phone. We've all got phones, you see. But he made the mistake of saying to her, "I'm filming you. You're gonna get blah blah blah." So of course she's turning her attention from me to him, right? So before I've had a chance to even close the middle door, she's legged it off the bus onto the middle door and flew at this bloke. Right, now I've already called a code red at this point to get the police down there to have her removed because she's being abusive and nasty. She's threatened to punch my face in. All right, nice to meet you too. And you must get fed up with dealing with fruitcakes. Yeah, so she's flown at this bloke while he's filming her, and I believe she may have broke his finger. Right, so at this point she's legged it. All right, she's gone, and I've had to move my bus away from the bus stop, and I've called Centrecom on a code blue to say, look, the situation's calmed down now. She's off the bus. I no longer need the police. However, she has attacked one of my passengers. They said to me, put the bus in a safe position and wait for the police to take a statement. Well, the police got there, the British Transport Police got there in less than 10 minutes. This silly bitch was somewhere floating around the road, one bus stop back. And to be fair, it's only about a 20-minute walk from here, where I currently am. Took a statement, blah, blah, blah. You know, I mean, it's like 3 code reds in a day. This poor bloke, I then took him, because I was running out of service, back to my depot, you know, and it's like King's College A&E is literally on the way back to the garage. So the police advised him I go get an x-ray. I took him to the hospital because I was going that way anyway. You know, such a lovely bloke, you know, such a nice guy. But this woman, I couldn't understand, you know. It's like, fine, she didn't have to argue with me. All I asked her was for a bus pass. She ignored me. Not a problem. And then just before she gets off, comes trolling down the bus. So anyway, while the police are there, right, while the police are taking a statement from this guy, I'm talking to another officer which is standing at the front of the bus. And I just said to him, and you know, just saying, did you receive any calls within the last 2.5 hours in regards to a young lad with a knife in Peckham? He went, yes, we did. We arrested 2 people. I said, yes. I said, I was the one who reported that. So he said, one was arrested by the shopping centre, and another man, which is completely unrelated to this other bloke, the kid which I'd reported, got arrested 10 minutes later outside Peckham Rye Station. So as far as I'm concerned, the kid that I reported for having a knife on the street got nicked, and good job too. You got caught, son, bang to rights. But another bloke got caught with a knife, bang to rights. And as far as I'm concerned, that's 2 knives off the street. That for me is a win. And you know, that for anyone else on the road is a win, because that's 2 knives off the street, thus minimising the risk of harm to anyone else, to be fair. I mean, I know it's a difficult thing to try and combat, because all kids have to do is open up. But street, one of them was off the street because of the report I'd done. It makes me feel good inside. knowing that his mum's gonna beat the shit out of him when he gets home. Oh, I love it. I love it. You know, it's nice. It's that nice, warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you know that you could potentially save the kid from getting stabbed that night. It's true. Why would you carry a knife? I mean, realistically, London's not the safest place in the world. It's not the most dangerous. It's not like France at the moment. But why would you want to carry a sharp object? Because you're attracting more bad attention towards yourself. You're not protecting yourself when you have a knife. You're asking for more trouble. You see? And if the kid gets slammed up in a cell for the night and his mum beats the shit out of him, you know what? Good. Because they'll make that little fucker think twice before raiding her kitchen drawer. You see? It's not worth the hassle or the risk taking a knife outside. Let's see what this says. If I was on the bus, I would have stuck for you, Chris. Sarah, I tell you what, that's absolutely lovely. David Vinton, hello Chris. Well done fighting knife crime. I tell you what, I've got a big thing against knife crime because my son is nearly 10 and these little fuckers going around with knives are not much older than him. And it scared life out of me because within 2 years, my oldest boy's going to be going to secondary school. And I'm scared. You see? It's so bad, knife crime, and you're going to love this. About 2 years ago, outside my son's school, there's a shop. You see? And there's this little kid, I'm not going to say the kid's name, but he still goes to the school my son goes to. And he would have been about 6 or 7 at the time. At the shop with a knife. A 7-year-old brandishing a knife on the streets, and this kid still goes to the same school. The parents, as far as I'm concerned, need locking up big time. You see, this same kid this week ran in front of a car and nearly got himself killed. So I'm not sure if the kid has some sort of mental disability or his parents have taught him to be a complete fucktard. So I don't know, you know, make your own minds up on that. But this is why I get scared. This is why I've got a big thing against knife crime. And if you haven't found me on Facebook on Chris's Real Talk, find me on Facebook on Chris's Real Talk. There are plenty of videos there where I discuss knife crime and actually what I would do about the situation, especially when it comes to capital punishment and murder. You know, so go check that video out. It's actually quite an interesting one. I'm hoping to stir the pot a little bit with that and get a lot of people's different opinions. So yeah, I've had an interesting day. 3 code reds in a day, when, you know, it's very rare for me to do normally 3 code reds in a year. So there we go. Anyway, that's been my little talk for the last 13 minutes and 29 seconds. I wish everyone has an absolutely fantastic evening. I've got 1 day off this week, which is tomorrow, and I'm going to absolutely enjoy it, even though I've got to be in bed by around about 6 o'clock in the evening, because Wednesday I've got to be up really early. So, you know, hopefully on Wednesday morning when I leave my house at around about 2:30 in the morning, I'll be giving a nice little live on Facebook. Hope you can join me then. And I wish everyone has an absolutely wonderful, wonderful evening. Take care.